Hi everyone, welcome to another video. This one is about a chair. Yes, just a chair. Not even a chair with wheels on it. So if you want something about fancy effects and drunk driving, then maybe go and have a watch of Tom Elliott's latest video about the cool game that he, 10 other people, and a dog made for this year's Game Jam. It's been years since I've worked with a team that big. Actually, it's been quite a while now since I've spent any significant time working with a team that's larger than just me. Well, that makes me feel professionally lonely, I suppose. Oh well, moving on. I wasn't lying. What you see here is me starting to build a generic chair for the spaceships. Because I want them to sit down sometimes. Because flying standing up all day would get sore in the knees, I guess. It's a good demonstration of something I mentioned last week though. In that doing art for this game has far more to do with readability than it does with having a nice detailed aesthetic. So I'm not going to make any complex shapes, I'm just blocking out something that a first year 3D art student could do quite happily. First I make the bit that attaches to the floor, then I make the bit that the bums go on, then I make the bit that the back has to sit against, then the bit that connects the two, and after that I go crazy and make some arms. And yay, it's retopo time. Retopoing is the bit I enjoy least. Whether it's a really simple object, like this, or a super detailed character, it always feels a little like I'm remaking the object that I just made. To be fair, there is a decent auto topo in 3D Coat, and even without it, the retopo tools here are the best that I've ever come across. Not that retopoing a handful of boxes is a good demonstration of that, so you'll just have to take my word for it. And then I changed my mind and decided to soften up the look of the cushions. That will perhaps be 32 pixels on screen. Sure, it's probably a waste of time, but I couldn't help myself. Now we move on to UV mapping. Before retopoing was the thing, UV mapping was the part of making a 3D model that I hated the most. I despised it. Mapping a character could literally take days, and you had to be careful to check that you hadn't made any mistakes before texturing it, or you might have to do the whole thing again. It occasionally happened. Thankfully, things have changed now. Even with 30k poly models, you just draw some seams and tell the software to sort it out for you. It's already done, so let's move on. Now to texturing. It's a big challenge on a project like this. I've carried the basic materials across from the sculpt, and given the size the object will be on screen, all I have to do is leave it alone, not touch it, do nothing. Damn, it's so close. At least all I did was add a few bolts that will never be seen. Now we need to get it into the game, so after a little export, here it is in Unity. Now I sort out the materials quickly, then I just need to place it in the ship. It's not right. Definitely not right. I think it's safe to say we have some scale issues. I got it fixed, but then I decided, for the sake of visuals, to change the shape again. Not a big change, but having the chair base this shape makes it feel like it points towards the console more in the top view. Hold on a sec. What's with the man spreading, I hear you guffaw? The lady was just sitting there with her legs together. You might be disappointed to hear it's not political, it's mathematical. The characters were originally of no specific gender, but several girls that played the game wanted a female character, so I made one. But upon showing this, they all thought that the girl should be smaller than the boy version. So now they sit different because the male calf at angle is the same height as the female leg straight. Take that how you like. Oh, another thing. I did finally put that hole in the floor. Doesn't do anything yet, but it's there. And back to the chairs. Look, they are all nice and colour coded. Colour coded upholstery. Still a few things to tidy up as usual, especially transitions between rounds, which is complex. It's funny how the little things are often the most complex and difficult to do. Oh, look at that Muppet in the blue ship. I'm really looking forward to making the more advanced version of the AI. Currently the enemy ship has a default AI, that's fine, but that daft little guy tries to use the same AI and ends up running around the ship and clicking on things like a lunatic. Perfect example, now he's activated the drone of his ship instead, which is missing a texture. I'll fix that later. Right, I'm just going to leave things there, I think. Bye for now.